Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Malts and Meeples. I'm your host, Petter, and welcome back to more of the Isofarian Guard. Getting a warning signal that we might be without this camera shortly. The battery is just about dead. I only have one for it, so we'll see how long I have it, but let's just show this right now so you can see I'm working from where I'm at here down to this story point in case I can't get back there, but we'll see. That is going to be something that I have to get used to, is the fact that the new camera has a battery versus the main camera. Right now, the main camera, I'll probably actually switch them out. Which one's main at some point has power that I can plug it straight into and will run that way. I need to double check on the other one, but it's neither here or there. We're here to play the Isofarian Guard, and last time we got into a couple of fights. This time let's see if we have anything more interesting that happens. And get back down here. I'll move over to 93. Shuffle up the tokens. Ooh, compass. So, with the compass, let's see. Need to find that in the rulebook reference guide, not what I was looking for. The rulebook, if I remember correctly, about back here. Yada yada yada. So I have a few different things that I can do. It's mainly adding this purple cube to the area, and then I could encounter something here. I could pull one of the cards, or I can just continue traveling, which I'm going to do. I could drop back in, and welcome, Studio Aniston. Hopefully you had a good camping trip. Now you had mentioned you were just on one. And we'll dive into combat here. 92. Dusk Stalker. That's the Dusk Stalker 2. Starts out in this level 2, 10 health. How many cubes? 3 cubes. 3 attack, 2 defense. And shuffle up to face off against a wolf. So, if you want to see the wolf, you can make him out right there. Or a better view of him, gonna be, nope, there. Okay, there it is. So, let's see what we have here. Gregory's gonna have to heal soon. Well, we'll start with Alec, like normal. 1, 2, remember how this goes, you start by spending this and a cube to pick forgot to flip these back over. Activate that one so that an ally gains one of these green bonus cubes. Yeah, camping in a board game requires a little less preparation. And I am glad I'm not camping in Minnesota currently, because I think the heat index is still over 100. So I've spent this, which allows me to trigger the Empower effect of one card. I still have this. And I can do that, so I'll hit for 3, which this guy has 1 shield. Let me actually switch camera angle again. There you go. And I still have an attack here. I can attack base 2. Or I can use that to gain a green cube. I have nothing I can do with the green cube right now. This is on cooldown. I pull off of these 2. But now, it's Gregory. Yep, the new camera's battery is out. In all fairness, it was sitting for a while in between uses. So I have a shield, ouch, and a sword. Okay. So, I need to flip these back. I was like, this isn't my normal starting setup. So we start, we're just going to work our way down the line here. +1 defense, add a shield, the bag, then add 2 swords to the bag, followed up here, giving the enemy -1 to defense, then attack the enemy for 3, so that becomes 2, so hoping to have done more, and then attack all enemies for 4, which becomes 3. Now the enemy is up. Ow. Highest strength. Okay, so attacking over here. So it spends 2. To basically put a skull in Gregory's bag. One, 2 of them, and I have to reset. Take the hit. All right, let's see what we have here. So I want to start up here. Ooh, I'm going to start over there because it draws the next enemy card. It means that I don't have to worry about attacking him anymore. So I've spent 1 there. And then I can add attack and shield somebody's bag. I'm gonna do it to Alex's bag here. Finally, I'm gonna come down here and it hits for 4. Now the defense is back up to 2, but that really should probably spell the end of it for our bad guy. Of course, I'm pretty sure I was just on the wrong thing to show the bad guy's turn. But we have our double sword. Shield doesn't count towards our draw. 2. Sword doesn't count. Alright. Only one shield. Be nice to have had another one to activate that one. But I'm going to start. Ooh, how do I want to start with this one actually? Gonna have to start there. Critical strike, attack +2, 5, take out the guy. It was actually way simpler than I was making it. I don't know if I've just been getting lucky with draws or if I'm doing something wrong. But those guys go away. I reload the bag. Reload the bag. Green cubes go away. Slide that over, and then we look back here to see what we get. We get 8 Lux, so we're at 30. And then we gain Claw. Gain a Claw to add to our bag. Enemy drops. Claw. We have 1 Claw. We can pack up the Dust Stalker and put him away. So now, reset the cooldowns there. We move again, and you can't see that anymore because the battery ran out. Okay, we have a compass, so we can completely skip, or I need to remember the zones here, because there are different zones, or how to identify which zone it is. Slap the rule book or reference. Reference, of course. I always pull the reference book first, because that doesn't actually help me with what I need. So we're pulling from the forest region, which are red colored ones. An old man grabs your hand and pulls you towards his farmhouse, insisting that you dine with his family. When you arrived, you are served a strange, lumpy soup. It smells terrible, but it seems rude to refuse your host's hospitality. make an excuse and politely excuse yourself, or try the soup. Let's try the soup. You are surprised by the soup's taste. It's a bit tangy, but thoroughly delicious. It warms your belly and refreshes your spirits. Wow, that actually is real good. I didn't do full chip cleanup on these guys, but it removes the negative chip. And let's see, health 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add 5 heart. Temporary, can draw out some healing now. And the other 5. Flipping some stuff back over. That one is very good. Good choice. And then we move along to 90. And we have on 90, it's Easy Battle, which is a Plains Strider level 2 difficulty. Okay, this guy is kind of cool looking. We'll pop up and look at him in a second here. Ten health, only 2 cubes. Like in theory, this should be easier to defeat him than the other ones, but let's look at them. So it's that little running dino type creature with apparently no arms. Let's go on with Alec. One, a sword. 2, a sword and shield. Alright. So start sword and shield. Use the empower effect of 1 card. You can use the power effect of golden potion to pass a green cube over to Gregory. Then +1 defense, +1 attack. Attacks for 3. 3 becomes 1. And gain a green cube. Has himself. Flip that. Now it's Gregory's turn. Gregory, I'm okay drawing a nice run of health since he is always down. But 1 sword, 2 health, shield, and a shield. So that one will go away. And let's see what we can do here. So I'll add a shield to Gregory's bag as well. Then we will attack we'll give a negative defense and attack at our base 3, defense of 1 now because of that. Then we'll attack base 4, Defense is still 1. And then we will attack base 3. Defense is still 1. Down all the way. To 2 health. Fortunately, that's it I can do. Gregory has +1 defense, as does Alec. So whoever he attacks has +1 defense. Highest cubes, they're tied. Gregory is aggro, the symbol, because he attacked last. So it's going to attack for 4 against 3 defense. That's 1 damage. And it's going to exhaust a cube. And that means I can't draw up as much. And I do need to remember to flip those 2. So not bad. We're going to go Gregory. Shield. Fine. Heart. I like it. Another heart. Good. I'm drawing 0 cubes, or that's my first actual sticks with you. Second. Third. Alright, so I have 1 shield. And a whole bunch of attack that I'm not that set up to use right now. I'm going to need Gregory to take him out because I can attack for 3, but becomes 1. And then there's so much that's just not going to get used this time because I could go here for 2 to add a plus to hit, which I'll do. But that'll be it for Gregory. That really hurt losing that 1. Also, Gregory hits really hard his first turn, then kind of needs a turn. So, healing. This is where I'm a little worried that I'm going to have healing start to go to waste here. Yep, definitely going to have healings going to waste here. That's all of them. And then I need 1 more, even. Okay. So, I just need to activate 1 thing here. For a cube, I can now add a heart back to Alec's bag. So I'm going to add it to Gregory's bag. Because Gregory is still further down on health. And then, because of that, I can attack with +2. So a 4 attack against 2 defense. And take out our Plane Strider. Who's going to give us 6 Lux. Really makes me think I need to find a spot to level up here. And we drop of rough leather. Ugh. Another quick battle. I won't complain about that. Come on. Here we go. Reload the bag. Reset the boards. And continue on our journey down to 97, which means we're drawing from here again. Single skull on 97. It's another Plane Strider. And it's the exact same guy that I fought before. This guy, same level. Now, it is possible, because I'm shuffling up these cards each time, that what he does, how he activates, will be different. But let's see. 2 from Alec, because Alec is always the one we start with. And start here. You don't have that yet, Alec, but you will. Both of them getting back their green cubes. No attack for Alec. Oh, that's a lie. There's an attack of his power down here, which is down here. A +1 attack, and it's active, so +1 defense for Alec. So get back for doing 1 damage. Once we find somebody with 3 defense, Alec's not going to do much on attack. Double sword. Heart. Shield. +1 attack this round, so I'm at 4. Another heart. And another sword. So I'm just going to leave those stacked there so I remember. I have the +1 attack. Now we're going to start with get a shield off the bag. Then that costs 1. Then it costs another here. It's chained, so -1 defense. Attacks base 4 against 1 defense, so 3. Then attacks base 5 against 1 defense. And the enemy won't even get a turn because I attack base 4. Take him out. We know that it's another 6 lux to 42. And that we gain another rough leather. Yeah, I can see that with Alec, that he would struggle offensively, mainly. Like his support stuff that I'm able to throw down right now gets Gregory up and running real fast. But yeah, Alec on his own would not be a great combat character. So Studio Lanniston, I'm guessing that you have played this game or have just watched other playthroughs or looked up stuff about this, but curious if you played it, thoughts on the game. If I'm doing anything wrong, definitely feel free to point that out. get this plane strider back away. Such a table hog of a game. We're moving to 99. The big thing about moving to 99 is we'll probably not even wrap up. This has been very fast combats this time. Now that I know a little bit more of what I'm doing, we got the 3 on 99. That is a Dusk Stalker again. See if this is more of a threat this time. I don't think I can get through this guy in one go. Oh, nice. You have played it a good chunk. That is cool. So you did a ton of the side content. I know that that's one of the complaints maybe that people have had, is that the game's too easy if you do all the side content first. But definitely going to do some of that as I go along, because I suspect once you get a boat, it really helps. True. Once you get a boat, you can skip over a lot. That's nice. I hadn't even thought about that. Alright, we have the Dusk Stalker set up. Bet you can't guess how this is going to start. We're going to trigger Empower for a green cube, and then green cube. And here we do have 2 defense. I'll use Reinforcement to do 1 damage. Yeah, this first part of the game definitely has had a bit of a grind to it. One, 2, health. Might be 1 more health in there. 3. Alright, so we'll start over here to give Gregory his another defense chip. Actually getting more defense in there than I want. Then we'll come here. Now I'm just curious. Am I doing chain correctly? Oh yeah. I am. That is just strong. So -1 defense to the enemy. I attack base 3. So 2 damage to the enemy. I attack base 4. 3 damage to the enemy. And then I attack base 3. 2 damage to the enemy. Flip. Though I do think back to when I first, like just with Gregory against anybody in Silney, that gets to be real rough up there. So I do know that it can get very rough. Spined fur. Choose target self. Ow. Oh. Toxic Spines gains a blue cube, which I need to find out what blue cubes do here. Because The big thing is, after that setup, come on. Tell me you have blue cubes. Great. But what are blue cubes? It's the first time I've run across one. I know what the purple cubes are. Check out here. Defense isn't. Ooh. Temporarily increased by 1. Thank you, Studio Lanniston. So, that's up to a 3 defense. That is going to be hard to get through. Let's start with Alec here. We'll draw 2. Alec's definitely not getting through this. Actually, Alec can get through this, but it would cost a poison. So, if I can figure out a way to take it out in 1 hit, I will. Otherwise, I'm going to play defensively this round. Oh no, I can do Twilight Waters to flip this card covering that up. And now it will beef him up, but I won't be taking damage if I attack. So I can attack with the Rim of Blade for yes, the blue cube goes away at the start of the next one. So I attack for 4, has 3 defense, so only 1 gets through. I have 1 more sword. I'm gonna use that to get another health chip back, put in Gregory's bag. And then Gregory goes. I can flip some things here. Our golden potion back. Gregory, what do you have for me? Health. It's not bad. Shield. Still haven't drawn 2 shields. An attack. There's a double attack. So 1, 2, 3. I do want to attack here. So I'm going to spend this to gain 2 defense this time. So I'm at 4 defense. And let's see. I'm going to spend 2 to add to +1 attack fists to the bag. I think I even had one in there. Ooh, that is nice to know of Alec, that he has some of that kind of area, or that remediation of issues. And then I will attack for 3. Has defense of 3. It gains a strength, but I'm willing to risk that to make sure that I have the aggro on Gregory. Highest attack. So it's going to spend 2. This is actually a decent setup here. Puts a negative skull in Gregory's bag. I guess I haven't. I'm bad at flipping back and forth. Here. Yeah, here, so you can see what's going on with the monster. And then it again has the gain +2 in attack. Of course, it didn't actually attack here, so not that bad. And now I just need somebody to attack to take it out. Gregory, that was a mistake. I had 2 +2s to attack and then a skull. So I guess I cleaned out that bag. Oh, Gregory can attack. Never mind. He can use his cross slash, which will be enough to take out the Dusk Stalker, which gives us 8 more essence and an additional claw. We're at 50 essence. So high. I have to say, Alex's ability is already with like putting another card out was very helpful, because poison, it's kind of the bane of your existence once it starts to build up in a bag. Doesn't count, you get to still draw extra things, but now you're cycling through that, just hitting poison over and over and over again. And then we move. We move to 102, which I believe I have pulled up. So I'm going to look at the book here. I'll look at the correct book here. Where it's going to tell me for sure what I read. And I'm not reading. Again, I'm using Foreteller. So, here we go.
Ages ago, the Drevny Forest began life as a congregation of hardy young pine trees. The quick-growing pine wood was perfect for laying the foundations of the empire that would follow. In those early days, just after the Sundering, it is said that the forest was harvested nearly to extinction. In place of the trees stood great fortresses, stretching all along Isofar's southern border. Generations of soldiers lived and died defending the border against Falland, until, after years of stalemate, an uneasy truce was formed. The border forts were gradually abandoned, and the Drevny Forest grew wild and dense, reclaiming the land for itself. It was through this ancient gnarled forest that Dunamis led your small company. After navigating the labyrinthine forest for days, we now stand before the ruins of an ancient fort. Tree roots and smaller vegetation have worked together to take down large sections of the wall. The inner buildings lay in similar ruins. You pick out a smithy, recognizable only by the forge poking out of the rubble and the distinctive circular layout of a guard tower, now tumbled in on itself. You can only guess at what the other buildings may have been. You don't know what you expected, but it wasn't this. Dunamis has been strangely quiet, but now he stops just outside the gate and turns to address everyone.
Istra. It doesn't look like much now, but there is more here than meets the eye.
With that, he steps through the open gate and completely disappears. There are audible gasps from those around you. You somehow manage to keep the surprise off your face. There is nothing left to do but lead the others into the fort.
So, now we have Fort Istra. Came with all these nice buildings on there. But, of course, those aren't actually ready for us at this point. Instead, it tells us to head to the training yard and do chapter 2-2.
As you follow the captain to the open gate, you notice a slight shimmer in the air. You pass through the shimmering air and step into a large yard. Immediately, you are met by an unnatural silence. The sounds of the trees and the nearby river have suddenly gone quiet. Other than that, nothing appears to have changed. The fort still lies in ruins all around you. But then you notice Dunamis and wonder how you could have missed him. The unremarkable man is no longer there. In his place stands a giant of a man covered head to toe in shining golden armor. Speaking stones are fastened to the armor, surrounded by intricate designs. He casually rests one massive hand on a great sword, which is planted in the ground. With a shock, you realize the sword is taller than you. Though there is no physical similarity to the man who led you here, you still recognize him as Dunamis. As more people enter the gate, you are secretly pleased to see the same shocked expressions playing across their faces when they notice Dunamis. Dunamis allows a few moments for you and your awestruck companions to compose themselves before he begins to speak.
It is not my intention to frighten you. You are merely seeing me as I truly am. I assure you, you have nothing to fear here.
His deep, rumbling voice does nothing to lessen the apprehension you feel. You do your best to push the fear down and focus on what he is saying.
The barrier you pass through serves as a gateway. This place both is and isn't part of Isofarian. Time does not flow the same way here. This is a place you can rest, a sanctuary from Tenebris. Here, you will learn to use the power of the speaking stones. Not all of you are called to be fighters, but you all have a vital role to play. Stay here as long as you like. Rest, train, grow stronger. Just know that when you leave this place, you return to a world that still needs your help. The influence of Tenebris darkens all of Telios.
Grigory is the first to find his voice.
Thank you for bringing us here, Dunamis. This place is truly a wonder. But when we leave here, how will we fight against Tenebris? It is not something we can strike at with steel or pierce with arrows.
The battle against Tenebris will be fought in the hearts of people. Your greatest weapon is not a sword, but the truth. You must rally the people of Isofar to rise up and cast off the shadows that are binding them.
Where shall we begin? You are surprised to find that the question came out of your own mouth.
Forgive me, Dunamis, but this task seems too large to accomplish alone.
Dunamis turns his gaze towards you, and you suddenly feel very uncomfortable.
You are not alone.
You sense the reassuring voice speaking to you, even now in the back of your mind, and you are ashamed at your momentary lack of faith.
You are not expected to win back this world by yourselves. There are stonebound all across Telios, fighting against Tenebris even as we speak. Each of us can only do our part.
And what is our part to be?
North of here are the farmlands of Mir. A war is brewing there between the farming guilds. If you can end the growing conflict and convince the people of Mir to join you, you will have access to a stable food supply, expert craftsmen, and most importantly, people. You are leading a movement now.
I understand. We will make for Mir as soon as we are settled here. Will you be coming with us? Your help would go far in bringing hope to Isofar.
I am needed elsewhere, but I shall aid you when I can. Remember, there is one greater than me who is always with you.
As you listen to Dunamis imparting his final words, the speaking stones on his armor get steadily brighter, until there is a flash of light, and Dunamis is gone.
Alright, and then it tells me to move to the barracks. Over to there. And do 2.3. And that's going to be where we wrap up tonight, is with that, because there's a set of instructions that then follow. So, let's do that.
With Dunamis gone, everyone is looking to you now. After seeing Dunamis's true form, you can't help but feel a little inadequate. After Dunamis's grand exit, everyone is still clumped together, no doubt a little overwhelmed, and finding comfort in the company of others. You think it best to get everyone's mind off of the big picture and focus on the here and now. Job assignments.
Okay, everyone, listen up. Our mission is to save Isofar from the threat of Tenebris.
There are a few chuckles at this, and a voice calls out.
Not just Isofar, but apparently all of Telios.
More laughter. You're pleased to see that morale is up.
Yes, all of Telios. But let's start with Isofar, shall we?
A chorus of eyes rises up from the small group.
We need to focus on what we can do right here, right now. Food and shelter is a priority. When our immediate needs are met, we can focus on rebuilding this place. I'd like to get that forge up and running again, and rebuild these barracks. We'll need to make this place something that can support an army.
Captain, I'm pretty good with my hands. If we can secure the right materials and a little help, it shouldn't be too hard to get these buildings back in working order.
Good man, Ban. I'll entrust you to lead the rebuilding effort.
Yes, sir.
You scan the remaining group and see eager eyes staring back at you, hungry to be given a task. You pick Kellen out of the group and call him to stand at your side.
You all know Kellen. He is an excellent soldier with an impeccable record. I'm sure at some point each of you have been bested by him in training. I'll be leaving Kellen in charge while Alec and I make the journey to recruit people from Mir. He will hand out job assignments and act in my stead while I am gone.
A light round of cheers goes up from the group.
Thank you, sir. I'll do my best to make you proud.
I am already prouder than you know. The courage each of you has displayed in coming here is inspiring. I am only afraid that more will be asked of you in the coming months. Whatever lies ahead, I can't help but share in your optimism. Maybe it's this place, or maybe it's the voice lending us courage. Whatever it is, I feel we can't lose.
Well said, Captain. When will you and Alec be off?
I was thinking dawn tomorrow. What do you think about that, Alec?
Sounds good, Captain. This place is amazing, and I know Dunamis said we can stay as long as we want. But I want to get out there and start making things right.
Tomorrow it is, then. Kellen, I trust you'll do an excellent job while we're gone.
And there we have it. There we have game 5. Well, I say game, it's all relative because really it's one whole big chapter you can go through, or chapters. And we're still in chapter 2 of the Isofarian Guard, with certain things coming up here. So, for example, what it tells us to do after this is looking through the ruins of the fort. You manage to salvage materials that may help on your mission. 2 smoke bombs, 2 purifying seeds, 4 iron ore, 4 metal fragments, 4 pine, and 2 more rough leather. Fort Istra is now active. Read a welcome to Fort Istra and Ban's request in the Fort Istra Index and Index. In the Indexes book on page 64, caravan quests are now active. A mysterious caravan is now traveling through Isofar. Place the caravan chip on node 61 and read the introduction in 112 in the quest book, and then side quests are now active. Additional adventures await. Read the instructions on page 3 of the quest book. Place a narrative trip on node 83 and begin exploring again. So, definitely a lot to check out coming up here. And I just want to thank you all for listening. Thank you, Studio Aniston, for hopping on, chatting, and providing answers to questions, or just thoughts on the game as well. I had a blast playing this. Definitely some grind with the game, but starting to get down kind of the rhythm of a lot of how the game works. So hopefully this was fun for you, and yeah, I'll be back again next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, for more of the Isofarian Guard. On Monday, not sure what game I'm going to be playing. I just got a few new ones in. Or it could just be a classic. I'm not sure at this point. Excuse me. But I'll be playing a game around 9 p.m. Central Time. And if you enjoy this content, give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment once it's done. All those greatly appreciated. And the easiest way to know when I go live, I know I just gave those times, is to subscribe and click that notification bell. It's going to let you know when I go live. And if you enjoy this content, sorry, I always have to think about what I'm going to say next. The end part here, really should come up with a little script, slap it up there. But if you enjoy this content, you can check out other content that I do over on nerdologists.com. Such as today, I posted an article about Dungeon Cart, a Kickstarter that is out that I got a chance to play. So if you're interested in hearing about board games or other nerdy things, I write a ton over there that you can check out. And if some of your nerdy interests are Marvel, you can check out a podcast that I do with a friend, 10-Minute Marvel. But with that, thanks for watching. And bottoms up.